Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's a girl here again. My name is Olayinka Olamide and I'm in my second year at Olabisi Onabanjo University. This is another pro tip that I am documenting against my upcoming exam. Chai! I'm just few weeks, nothing less than 3 weeks to my exam. So how do we do this? How do we overcome this academic danger? How do we cure it? And how do we welcome our academic comeback well? So this is my year of academic comeback well. So I hope this tip too is helpful to you. Sorry for how I have a low quality video, but it's just I hope I grow and I'm just starting out. So thank you. The first step is to prioritize your courses. Yes, your highest, your high cost unit. Prioritize them first. I feel like you should start with the hardest courses. Yes, I can't overemphasize that. You should focus more on your highest courses first, then followed by your easiest and easier courses. So why I said it in essence is that when you start with your highest most difficult courses, you make it strengthen you. You make it strengthen you rather than starting from your easiest course that you understood very well. You would be so relentful. And yeah, for our academic journey, our academic comeback, we don't feel relentful, we feel relentless. So we've got to be hardworking and we start with the hardest thing first so that the remaining ones will be easy for us. So yeah, I now make use of this formula. I set up this formula which is highest high low, highest high low credit, highest high low credit, highest high low credit. So your highest credit should be your toughest or tough courses, like your 4 units, 3 units, 6 units, 4 units, 5 units. Those highest. Do we have 7 units? I don't know. Probably for some department they do. But whatever the highest courses, the most highest courses you have in your list should be the ones you prioritize first. That's your highest. Then the high credit, your high credit units should be your manageable courses. Those ones, it could be a 2 unit course too, and though I categorize 2 unit course as a low course, but if it is a high unit for you in your department or your level, you can just prioritize it as a second. Then it should be your manageable courses. At least you can navigate your way through. At least okay, you can still sense it that you are still well, you are old or you are good to go for this course, so you can prioritize it as the second one. Then the third one, which I call the low credit, should be the easiest courses that you would handle for the last courses you'll be studying. So these priorities, when you set them, it makes learning more easy for you. Then the step 2 that I am planning on working on is to create a realistic study schedule. Yes, within the 2 weeks or 3 weeks that is left. Okay, let's say you have 2 weeks to your exam, you have 14 days and you aim for at least 5 to 6 hours of focused study daily, broken into short session. So you kind of like plan well, because better planning makes greater results. So when you plan, when you they do say when you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So when you already plan yourself well, you would achieve the opposite of failing. So definitely you have 2 weeks left to your exam. What do I do? Hey, so it's high time you now put into consideration setting up your own strategy by creating maybe your timetable, and you have to follow them strictly. If it is for you to switch off your phone, put it in, because currently my phone is on DND. Why? Because I don't want anybody to disturb me while I'm studying. So I have a phone breakfast. So I dedicated 5 to 6 hours. You can go back to it again. 5 to 6 hours. And how did I break these tasks? I did 8 o'clock a.m. to 9:30 a.m. That's for me to study my first tough course rather. Okay, let's say take for instance you're studying law, so you kind of like put constitutional law. If that's it, I don't know. If that's your tough question, your first tough course, then you'd set it first. You read it from 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. You have the time to yourself. Then 10 a.m. to 11:30, you study the second tough course. Let's say you take Eco 201 as your second tough course. You follow them through. You start from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Then you could now take your break from 12 o'clock p.m. to 12:30 p.m. That break too should be enough, Abby. What do you think? So your 1 o'clock. This one me I set for myself actually. I don't know yours. You can create your own according to your schedule and how comfortable you would definitely be when you set it. So 1 o'clock p.m. to 2:30 p.m. you practice your questions, your past questions. They are very key and important. Then 3 o'clock p.m. to 4 p.m. you revise your notes. Then 7 to 8 o'clock you review your flashcard. Then the remaining days you kind of like use it for other things and you sleep well. So that's the tip number 2. My pro tip number 3 is use past questions and key topics. Yes, this cannot be overemphasized. You make use of past questions, those questions that have been set before your own session. So practice them very well. Make sure you know the correct answers to the questions being asked, and practice make perfection. So maybe perfectionism, I don't do that English well. So your key topics too, focus on past questions for each courses and identify repeated questions. Eliminate those ones that are not really eliminated, but you should also study them very well. Then pick those ones that you see that they said this one 2019, they said it again 2021. Okay, I think this course. Then you go back to the topic rather. You go back to the topic and read about that topic very well, like cover everything, at least 99% of that topic. So you're likely to appear again, in case you don't know. They used to say no new questions. So the examiners don't really stress themselves setting new questions. So for theoretical courses, focus on definition, courses and principles. Yeah. So let's say for instance you're studying law and you prioritize case law and sections of relevant laws. Learn how to apply cases to real life scenarios like that. Then the fourth pro tip is use study actively. Don't just read. Like to retain more information, use active study techniques. Summarize. Rewrite your notes in your own words. Then teach someone, explain topics to a friend or pretend you are teaching it. Then practice writing, practice answering past questions within time limits. So when you study actively, you don't just read. You're deceiving yourself when you say you are reading and you're not studying actively. There's a difference between you reading and studying actively. So this now you retain more information, you retain information, you use active study techniques. You first of all summarize you summarize, you rewrite your notes in your own words. That's how I study. So I have a different notes entirely aparted from my normal school notes. So whatever they teach us in class, I read it on my own, then close that book back and rewrite what I understood about the topic. So by that I am able to summarize it in my own words. And you teach it to someone, explain topics to a friend or pretend that you are teaching. So most of the time, I like studying in a quiet place and a place very secluded from other people. So I initially do this thing to myself for me to be able to study actively. I stay separately. I'm talking alone. So people like this girl is crazy, but I know what I'm doing and I know why I'm doing it. So that means I'm studying actively. If you can like explain to somebody else and the person understood, that means you really understood that thing very well. But if you can't communicate what you learned or the knowledge you acquired, then definitely you've not gotten it yet. So you have to be able to try to teach friends. Friends can help you by teaching them. When you are teaching other person, you think you're helping the person alone, but you're helping yourself too. So you pretend. You sometimes you not say friends, you can pretend as if you are teaching somebody. So by that you can easily recall during exams that yeah, I said something like this. This was how it is. Then yeah, practice writing. Like practice answering past questions within time limits. Yeah, write past questions as you are reading the topics. Practice past questions. So step 5, master your citation skills. What is citation skills? So let's take for instance you have a law exams. You need to cite cases and sections properly. Why am I mentioning law? Because I like law. I'm not a law student, but I like law. Yes, we do business law, so I kind of grab it from there. I like law so much. I wish I had gone for that department. You know how things work. Life has a way of changing your destiny. Probably I could be a lawyer today. Never can tell. But nevertheless, I'm going to be a professional accountant. Yes, I promise my mom. So yes, case citation format, status citation, use your sessions and all. Session 24. Yeah, that's are your citation skills. Then step 6, use mnemonics or memorization. Yes, I said you should use mnemonics. I said you should use mnemonics. Yeah, use acronyms or mnemonics to remember easily. Okay, have life. L is for life, I is for integrity, F is for freedom of movement, E is for expression. Okay, what is life? Life, integrity, freedom of movement and expression. So when you put all these things into acronyms, you join things together, things that are difficult to be able to grab. You can always combine them in a way and you join them together and you understand, you remember easily when you use acronym. Sometimes if I'm even reading a very grammarous or cumbersome note, I'll just kind of like put in my acronyms format there. Okay, how can I remember this thing faster? So by using acronyms, you remember the things you need to remember earlier. Then step 7, manage your time during the exams. Yes, so we are done with paparazzi before the exams. The paparazzi when you are in the exam is to manage your time during the exam. Start with easy questions. You know, when you are studying, it's different from when you are tackling the exam. So when you are studying is when you should start with the hardest courses. I suggest we start with the hardest courses so that you can be able to navigate through and focus on the least courses in the end. But here in the exam, the case is different. When you know a particular question, jump to it first. Start with the easiest course during your exam to build confidence and to not waste your time. Allocate time to each question. Okay, you have 30 minutes to finish your 100 questions. How do you allocate time? Maybe it is 2 seconds you give to each. I don't know. There's a way you allocate your time to your questions, to each question, for you to be able to be time cautious. Then you have to act with a sense of urgency that this so exam, I need to finish it before the allocated time that is being set. So write clearly and concisely. If it is written exams, make sure you please write audible. Is it audible? Just write clearly. If that's the word, write clearly. Make sure the examiner is not confused by my cockroach handwriting. You have to practice how you write very well to impress your lecturer, so that you will not be in trouble. Because sometimes your writing can disqualify the wisdom that you've written in your exam. So please, that thing, let's work on it. That skills, good writing skills. Then use let's say you are studying law, use case law sections to back up your answers. You get, let's say you are studying public sector accounting now, you straight up put section according to section 24. Yes, according to section so. Yeah, when you put that ajasa, trust me, you're good to go. So the step number 8 is to stay clear and healthy. Please stay clear and healthy. Get enough sleep. 6 to 7 hours daily is okay. 6 to 7, 8 hours is okay. If you can get that, then eat early to stay mentally alert. Do you know that as we are feeding our stomach, we are feeding our brains? This thing I get to learn it in the hard way. I used to think that it is only stomach or belly that you eat your food to, not knowing that you feed the brain with what you eat and the water you drink, the amount of water, the amount of quantity of food you eat too. They also impact your thinking. So you think straight, you are able to think well. Eat elderly to stay mentally alert. Take short breaks to avoid burnout. So let's say for instance you've been cracking your brains during the exam. Just calm down. You have to breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. One thing I just don't do is getting out of the exam or going to urinate, something like that. I must have urinated before coming to the exam support, because that time that I isn't to parabolate up and down inside the exam hall is already wasting. So let's say they give you 3 hours to finish 100 questions, so you'll be walking up and down, you waste time. So later you say time is not enough. So you can still take rest while you are in exam, or maybe you are already feeling so tired and scared, nervous. You can just cool down first. Cool down first. Think well. So sleep well, eat well, take a break. So thank you for watching. Staying tuned to watch this to the end. I hope you find some helpful, and I wish you success in our forthcoming exams. Whatever exams you're writing, I wish you success. These are just the tips that I have for myself. I hope you guys find any of it helpful. Thank you. Bye. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe, and comment down below if you want to for more videos. Thank you. Bye.